Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, we break almost everything we touch, we do some burnouts, and we build some junk. Stick around. First things first, I need to shuffle cars around just to give me some more room to work around things. Let's get on with that first. So that didn't go to plan at all. I broke the BMW. Let me show you what I did. I tried to turn it. So if you take a look at the wheel down there, nothing's happening. I'm turning the steering wheel and the wheels aren't turning. I snapped a tie rod. Turns out it was totally rusted through. I tried moving it, it snapped, end off. I found the problem. Tie rod has rusted completely solid in there and snapped. Awesome. So instead of getting down about it, I'm going to cheer myself up and move on to the next thing. Yeah, that's not happening. So now that's all done, everything's cleared out, aired out, swept up, I'm feeling better. We can get on with the Roadster. So this is my 1928 Ford Model A Roadster, or pieces of, should I say. It's being built on a real tight budget, using parts I've got laying around, or whatever I can scavenge together on the cheap. It's not going to see the road, it's going to be purely a race car. Frame was bent, frame's really pitted. I managed to straighten the frame out. I've kicked the rear up and I've also shortened it. I think it's about 7 inches, so I can run the rear spring in front of the rear axle. Mainly because I had this rear axle set up kicking around and I'm too cheap to buy any new parts for it. Most of that was done off camera. I haven't finished this yet and I'm going to do that right now. I've got to just box in these little areas here, just help strengthen it all up. So I'm going to get on with that right now. So now I have these two pieces cut nicely out of cardboard. I'm going to transfer these over to some pieces of metal and then I'll cut them out with the grinder. I got that traced out. I can just cut this out with a cut-off wheel. This is just an old scrap I cut off the frame. Not buying new metal. It's not worth it. And yeah, I know, I need a vice. It's on the list of things to get. So now I have my 2 plates. Let's go and fit them to the car. So I'm just going to clamp this plate into place. So unfortunately, I'm just having one of those days where everything is going wrong. I lost power to the shop, my welder's just blown up. So that's about all I can do on the frame stuff today. I'll show you what I've done so far, because obviously the power went out, lights went dark. Let's get to it. So this is where I'm at right now. It's not the prettiest, but it's good enough for this thing. It's solid, it's not gonna come apart, and that is the main thing. Welder over there is dead. So I'm now in the market for a new welder. Not ideal timing, but it's what it is. This side I can make the plates for, but I can't weld them in just yet until we figured that stuff out. So I'm gonna throw a little bit of paint on that for now, just to stop it flashing over, and so we go from there. So now that that's all done, good enough, I kind of need to mock up the body and everything, motor and everything back on to figure out where everything's going to go. I have no idea how I'm mounting the body to the frame yet. I know it's going to be channeled a long way down, as it was way back in the day. So I'm going to actually pull the body out right now and go over the body with you. Hey boy. That there. I'm going to try and dig that out right now. So this is the race car. It's a 1928 Ford Model A. Well, what's left of one. It looks to have been an old hot rod body, maybe a race car body from a long time ago. Doors are welded shut. When I got it, there's remnants of an old roll bar. What's left of a race number, possibly on one of the doors there. Body itself, as you can see, is, well, shot. But I think we can make something fun out of this. Something that I can just take to the drags, the beach, dirt drags, whatever. Have a bit of fun in it. Not worry too much. I plan to make the body removable very easily, so I can drive it as either a rail or a Roadster. Front cowl, we've got like a 39 dash in there. Some mess of a hanging pedal assembly. As you can see, it's just rotten, rough. Front is severely chopped around, but it's the beginnings of something fun. This is the motor I got for it. I picked it up locally, actually. I think I paid 120 bucks for it. Supposedly seized. Turns out the transmission was seized solid. I pulled the heads. It looks okay. It spins freely. The bores are okay. I think it's going to work okay. It'll do for a race car anyway. As I say, it's not going to see the road. It'll just get fired up, thrashed down the strip and shut off again probably. What I want to do today is get all of this back onto that frame so I can mock up where the body is going to sit, and I can figure out what I'm going to have to get metal wise. Just basically work out a plan of action from here on. I know where the motor's sitting, that's all set. Got F1 cross member in there for the transmission to sit on. Front of the frame I'm actually going to chop around at a later date when I've got some metal and a new welder, obviously. So this is the really rough mock-up. It's all clamped and balanced together, but it gives me an idea of what I'm working with here. I haven't done any chopping to this body. This is all basically as I got it, presumably from way back in the day when it was either a race car, hot rod, who knows. Haven't been able to find any history on it, so we're working with what we got. Everything sits in there kind of nicely. Rear end is going to work out pretty good, I think. Obviously, I've got to flip the centre. Not a big deal. Yeah, this is the start of the ultra budget Roadster race car. Eventually, my plan is to mount this body to the frame using kind of another frame welded into the body. Something around there, something up and around there, tying in the back, tying in the sides. But I'd like it to be all removable. That way I can run it as a rail, run it as a Roadster, remove it to work on it, whatever. I'm not going to be running any like real sub rails or anything. It is going to be just all out race car, as light as possible, bare essentials only. Roll bar will be kind of like a hoop, big hoop. I presume that's what it had originally, so that's what I'm going to go with. Front frame rails, this is going to be my next kind of task once I've got another welder. I actually want to kind of like pinch these two frame rails in slightly. When it's got a hood, I want it all to sit in the hood. Kind of, I don't know if you can see too much there. It'd be nice if the motor could actually mount on the frame rails themselves, a bit of strengthening. I'm going to be changing the cross member out anyway. I want one that sits a little higher so I can chop the frame horns off. Axle sit kind of higher, just to drop it down nicely without a big drop axle. That way I can use a stock Model A axle that I've already got. Cooling wise, I haven't really decided on anything yet. I don't know whether I'm going to run a radiator in the front. Contemplating putting a radiator in the back, but again, that's way off yet. I've got plenty of work to do before then. So I'm going to end the video there. It's been a disaster of a day, but I think we got through it all right. If anyone's got any suggestions for a real budget-friendly MIG welder, be awesome to hear about them. I'm going to be in the market as soon as possible. I can't really live without a welder with all of that junk to be welded up. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.